Hello. I am back with another episode of you just following my life as a GLP-1 candidate. And um, look, this journey has been so exciting for me. I really had to take time to figure out how I can convey the information without being repetitive. So, just if you have not seen any of my previous videos or have not followed me on TikTok or anything, my name is Dr. Stacy. I am a psychologist. I'm not a medical doctor, so the information I'm going to share with you is more from my experience and also from my professional insight as being a psychologist. So, on the last video, I know I started really going into just a little bit of information in regards to where I am, but I really wanted to dive in on the um, more of the mental health perspective with this. So, I've been on Mounjaro for 7 weeks. Well, this will be 8 weeks. This will be my 8th week that we're in now. And um, this GLP-1 receptor antagonist, you may hear of the Wegovy, Ozempic, um, Zepbound. So there are medications. So just with those medications alone, you may find it different for other people. But for me, when I first started, I felt a little fatigued, a little lightheaded. Um, and some of that I was not aware if it was the side effects from the medication or just me being perimenopause or not having those protein, the protein, fiber, hydration, all of those things up to par. And sometimes when you are deficient in those areas, and even vitamin D, if you're deficient in any area that I name, sometimes it could come with those feelings of fatigue, lightheaded, nauseousness, um, and with perimenopause, the brain fog, the weight gain, weight loss, just shutdown mode, don't want to be bothered. And I'm just being honest and transparent that those are some of the experiences that some of us, especially women, will find taking place. Um, with those GLP-1s, such as like what I am taking, I'm only speaking on mine, I've noticed that there is an increase of energy as long as I am consuming my protein. I am consuming as much as I can. There are times I don't want to eat. I I don't force myself to eat, but I also don't stick with not eating. I have learned to eat foods that I have not liked in the past. I have not liked raisins in the past. I have been eating a little bit of raisins, not a lot, to keep the fiber going. Because if you are dehydrated, if you're not passing your bowels, lead to constipation. So raisins have been a great snacker for me. Almonds, I have some honey roasted almonds, so I may just munch on a few of those in between. I do have, um, I do drink plenty of water. I have the packets of the hydration. This is like a berry, and I just pour it in there. It still looks clear, a little blurry, but it's mixed in here. So it just keeps me hydrated. Because water alone may not always do it. So just having little hydration packets that I put inside. Consuming like wine, nope. Extra sugars, my favorite. I love chocolate. I used to crave for chocolate. Nope. Desserts. I could eat dessert in place of a meal. Nope. Greasy foods. Fast food. No. So this has been actually a lifestyle change for me, not necessarily a weight loss. Um, to this day, I've lost a total of 16 pounds. I noticed that my waist area has been slimming down. I feel more confident in wearing certain outfits. Um, it's just been a phenomenal but unexpected life change for me. In regards to like the cognitive function of everything, just know that sometimes people sometimes diagnose themselves, and I see this as a psychologist. People self-diagnose themselves, right? But if you feel like there's any additional quirky things going on, consult your medical doctor for testing, because there are extensive tests that need to be done, just to figure out the cognitive piece. There's no suicide ideation or anything like that. Um, and I did my medical research, and on a larger scale, studies have not really confirmed anything like that. But for me, I feel more energized. I feel more determined to execute everything I need in my day. Sometimes that leads me to not participating in other activities because I need to focus. I have two businesses, and I teach full time. So for me, I'm able to balance more, and it feels great. Um, Also, I want to just touch on this just for a little bit. When it comes down to mental health and suicide ideation, just know that obesity, for those who are suffering with the obesity piece of it, make sure you're talking to someone. Don't just blame everything on, oh, I'm taking something new, this is the cause of it. No, there were probably some underlying factors that were already there associated with depression. Um, and there's a connection between obesity and depression. So make sure you are not just blaming something on new medication. Um, Sometimes having that flat effect when it comes down to moods, like not happy, not sad, I'm just chilling. Um, I have noticed that. So it's not that I'm not happy. It's not that I'm sad. Sometimes that emotionally flat effect can pop in there. But again, that could be a combination perimenopause or the hormone producing agent in the medicine. Again, health concerns need to be addressed accordingly. Do not take it upon yourself to do that. Just another thing, when I first started compared to where I am, and as I decrease on the scale and decrease on my clothes size, I remember when I first got this shirt. This is a large. When I first got this back in April, I love to recreate some of my clothes, so I actually split it open and yeah, just kind of recreate a different look with it. So it was just like a regular collared top, but I just recreated it. But nevertheless, what I did was saw how it's dropping more off my shoulder than it was before. So those changes like that are great for me. I am not trying to be skinny, but I would like to be healthy. So the primary goal for me was one, making sure that for my doctor and the decrease in my A1C and my sugar levels, which they all look great on my last blood work, and just being able to have a positive mindset. My first shot was given to me by my daughter. So she did my first shot because it was like, I'm not scared of needles, but it was just a matter of, okay, this is something new. I typically rotate from thigh to thigh, the arm, and my stomach area. And for me, I've been able to do it. Now I don't even feel it. So that's great for me. Um, I do know that if I do not get my protein and if I do not hydrate myself, I am definitely going to feel fatigue. I'm going to feel irritable. Um, but those are just some of the things for me. I know everyone have their own responses to medications, but this has been a great journey for me. And just knowing that I did not need those sugars, I did not need those extra carbs. Being able to move more and just complete tasks that have been pending. Does the brain fog still exist? I already know that I'm in the perimenopause age range, so those things happen. But otherwise, it has been really good for me. On my upcoming videos, I'm definitely going to share more about just how it's working for me from the medical and mental health standpoint. And just to keep you encouraged, just don't give up. Don't look for a miracle. Don't look for a miracle. You don't want to lose so much weight at one time. I lost a few pounds before I started this GLP-1. So for me, it was just ongoing. So a few of those pounds of the 16 were pre-GPL-1. But I feel great because I'm not setting a high expectation. I'm literally taking it day by day. I am doing everything I need to do on my end to be able to fulfill this journey, which is just eating healthy, looking at things from a different perspective, and just making sure that I communicate with my doctor. So far, I have not had to call her about anything bad. She told me that if I had any issues such as stomach pain or like vomiting, things like that, to let her know. If it becomes an emergency situation, go to the emergency room. But that has not been my case. So just make sure that you are following up with your doctor. If you feel as though you need a mental health professional, please do not hesitate to do that because it's important. This is an important time in your life. So don't disregard those things. So until next time, I am going to continue doing what I do. And I hope that you click like, share, follow me because this is 8 weeks in of a new journey as we are continuing to break barriers. That is the whole point of my channel, is breaking barriers. So you may see a little bit of different things going on, but we are breaking barriers. And there's no need to wait till a new year to start breaking barriers. You can do it at any time. So come on, jump on board with me, and let us break barriers together. Until next time, see you later.